So I was raised Catholic.
Okay.
And whenever you said like you were raised Mormon, I was like, man, it's like the next layer of like, I guess you could be. I mean, yeah, no, Mormon's like a whole other layer of like in there. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we are going to be gods of our own planet.
Yeah, that's something else.
Yeah, it was interesting to say the least. It's yeah, they so I grew up in the church, as I say.
Mhm.
So I grew up in the church most of my life, or all of my life actually, and I got out of it when I was like 16, I think. So around that time, they were kind of pursuing me to go on my mission and to get the Melchizedek priesthood and to kind of transition into like an elder, where I would be like a missionary, and because that's almost like a rite of passage for young Mormon men. Is you're a deacon, then you're a teacher, and then there's some kind of so and then eventually you're they believe that at 13, 14 years old, you hold more knowledge than like a pastor or someone else, like a priest.
Interesting.
So because it is supposed to be the one true religion. The Book of Mormon states that after Jesus died on the cross, in that 3 days, he came to the Americas and appeared before the ancient Indians here, and then he gave them all this wealth and knowledge. And then eventually that kind of transitioned to the prophet Moroni, and then, then like years later, Joseph Smith's walking around saying, well, I don't know what church for me, blah, blah, blah. Goes into the woods, prays. Jesus, the Father and the Son appear before him with the Holy Ghost. And then God says to Joseph, this is my son, Jesus. Listen to him talk. So God's essentially the hype man. He's a Flavor Flav to Jesus is Chuck D.
Sure.
Yeah. And then that might be an old reference for all you young kids, but and then Jesus gives all spill, and then there's golden plates, blah blah blah. But yeah, they one of the more interesting things that they believe is they believe that the Lamanites, which is us, that whenever you go to the super duper ultra mega heaven, because they have 3 kingdoms of heaven.
Okay.
Yeah, which is interesting. That you, I guess there's some interpretations that you become white. So
wow.
Yeah, because they believe that the word Lamanite comes from the name Lehi. So Lehi is in the Book of Mormon, and Lehi is supposed to be this real evil dude that turned against Nephi, his brother, which is where the name Nephites come from. So inherently, we're all followers of Lehi, this evil, wicked dude. Okay. So because of that, God cursed him with dark skin. So now we're all just trying to pray to make it to white heaven.
Wow.
That's just So and then they didn't let black people into the Melchizedek priesthood until like 1978. And Joseph
recent.
Smith had slave. So
yeah,
screw those guys.
What really made you like jump out?
Besides all that.
Besides all that.
Besides, yeah. I don't know. Like, I think I never wanted to go when I was little. Not because I held any religious convictions, mainly because I didn't like getting up Sunday morning, because we had to get up Sunday morning and I had to like get dressed and we had to go, and I didn't like it. Yeah. So, being little. But definitely as I got older and I was exposed to other people that weren't like myself, that kind of made me think like, I don't know. This is weird. Like God seems real mad at all these gay people for some reason.
Right.
Yeah. But, so I think that just kind of seeing past the BS, all the smoke and mirrors. And yeah.
That's kind of what got me out of it too. Although I think for me, in a weird way, I felt like religion didn't love enough.
Okay.
Like God didn't love enough.
Yeah, because you guys all have all of the what is it? What do they call them? They're I can't think. Saints. You got all the saints,
there's saints.
all the super duper saints and the saints of fishing and
even still, like, and there's a saint for everything. I was confirmed through Saint Cecilia, who's the saint of music. I almost said God of music. And I don't think this is the first time I've kind of realized that saints are basically just like Greek gods of certain things.
Right, yeah.
Like, oh, Persephone is like the goddess that like creates the seasons or whatever. It's like, yeah, no, that's just, the saints are just like gods, but they're just historical figures that then you can become a god in a way. But you're not God. But
are they like God's henchmen or something?
No, I mean, they're just like prayer warriors.
Oh, okay.
Like, well, because what it is, I know I get to say crazy things about Catholicism. But like, basically, someone who is a saint basically lived their entire life without sinning.
Okay.
Like Jesus did. Even though Jesus probably did sin. I don't know about the whole. There's apocryphal stories about he like totally just willed a kid dead because he was a kid and he didn't know what he was doing. But like that's not in like the Bible. It's like a separate book of the Bible that people are like, no, wait, no, that's not in the Bible.
The side stories.
Yeah. Side quests. Jesus' side quests. But no, so saints are like they lived their lives without sinning and being completely devoted, and then usually they're martyred. And so they are killed by someone who like hated the church or whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
So that's like a much faster way of being a saint.
Okay.
But like the main thing is like they live their life without sinning, which is like a really hard thing to do. But they also have like committees in place to do all the research to make sure that these people can be like sanctified.
Okay. Is that similar to the party planning committee from The Office?
No, I mean, I think they just like they literally look at records of a person's life and be like, because there's people like that are trying to be or trying to get other people that they knew in their life to be like canonized as saints.
Okay.
And I don't know, like now that I'm thinking of it, like why does that matter?
Yeah.
Like my best friend like was a great person and then like died in a car wreck. They should be canonized as a saint.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, sure, I guess. What's that
Right.
gonna do?
Maybe that's like you get to skip the line going into heaven.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
like if your friend's a saint, then you get to the heavenly
you got
gates.
the hookup. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're just like, hey, come in this way.
It's like, hey, I know the guy who does the booking for Vintage 22.
Yeah, right.
It's like, hey, I know a guy who's already in heaven.
I know the saint of booking at Vintage 22. Yeah.
I mean, there's so many saints that like are the patrons of whatever. So I'm sure you can get a specific venues.
That'd be intense. All right.
No, I mean, I think it's like broader concepts sometimes. Although I think there is like I almost said God again. There's a god of fishing. There's a saint, a patron saint of like fishing, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
It was just really specific. I think there's a one of the apostles is a patron saint of like healers, but like doctors, medicine.
Oh, not healers from like World of Warcraft or anything?
No, but that would be even better. I guess you could sort of like pray to, I forgot which apostle it was, but you could pray to him whenever you are on a raid in WoW.
Okay. You know, Donald Duck was a healer in Kingdom Hearts.
That's true. Did he ever really do that though?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I've never played Kingdom Hearts. I just know the jokes.
Oh,
I have nerd cred to keep up, and so it's like I need to know about stuff even if I never actually played it. So it's like I know some nerdy things about Star Trek even though I've never watched it.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. Donald Duck's not a good healer. I'll say that.
Yes.
So
yes, that's what I've heard. Hence the reference. But I mean, I should watch Star Trek as well. But
killer show.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
I the only Star Trek show that I watched was Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
That was only because my mom was a big fan. So I don't know anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I also have nerd cred to keep up with I don't even really like Star Wars.
Okay.
But I need to know about it for some reason.
Okay. Just in case.
I know a whole lot about Star Wars, and I don't even really like Star Wars that much.
Oh, interesting. I feel that same way with Game of Thrones. I'm not a Game of Thrones fan, but one of my really good friends is. So anytime I need to know anything, I'll just ask him, "Hey, what happened here?" And he'll tell me, and then I just have all this useless information in my head.
Right, but it's I didn't watch Game of Thrones either.
Oh, okay.
So it's really just keeping up with American politics, but fiction. Although, honestly, keeping up with American politics is fiction to some extent nowadays.
It's really pro wrestling, I'll tell you that. Yeah. So,
and that's another thing that I know a little bit about, but I've never actually I'm not a wrestling guy, but I know enough people that are into wrestling that I know some of the fun facts.
I know too much, so it's okay.
Who's your go-to
wrestler?
Yeah.
Will always be a big fan of The Rock and Stone Cold and all those guys. As far as favorite all time, probably Bret Hart.
Okay.
Huge Bret Hart fan.
What is he known for? Because the name rings a bell, but I don't.
He's the Hitman, man.
Okay.
He's the pink and black attack. He had that's his name. So he's most known for that. He was former world champion.
Yeah.
So shout out to him.
What? And I've asked this to people before, but what makes wrestling appealing?
I think as a kid, I think most guys around my age, because I'll be 30 in January, which is scary to say, but most guys or boys that I knew when I was younger were fringe fans of wrestling. But I think it's appealing when you're younger because you're seeing these two guys fight,
right.
And they pull you in, you think they're really mad at each other, and then so they're fighting each other and stuff, and as I've gotten older, I learned to appreciate it as theater or a movie or a TV show being played out in front of you, so I gotta appreciate it for that. Yeah.
Did you ever go and see
numerous times
shows?
Yeah.
Where at?
There was a show in Florida one time when we were on one of those stomp dance trips. Me and my younger brother, my dad took us and we watched a show there. And then there was a show about 5 years ago in Ada at the Kerr Dome, at the ECU Kerr Dome that we watched. And then most recently, me and my buddy Dakota went and watched NXT at the Criterion in Oklahoma City. Yeah. So
does it still hold up?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it as good nowadays as it was?
Wrestling will always have a part of my heart. Wrestling will always be there because I grew up on it, and there were times where like I didn't watch it as much, but I've always tried to keep up with it.
Yeah.
And so just like music will always be there, so will pro wrestling.
Is there like new ground to be broken in wrestling? Like in the same way that like we talk about music and like, oh, we need to be doing something new and like something interesting and different. How do you break new ground in wrestling?
I think that that's kind of the illustrious, goal is try to break new ground. I think just
other than literally breaking
ground.
Right.
I think that just trying different things and seeing what works, I think that AEW is definitely doing that. They're definitely kind of spearheading that movement, trying to do things differently. But I think for me is you kind of had that kind of boom of like hardcore wrestling in like the late 90s, early 2000s with like ECW, and that started in Japan with deathmatch wrestling, and then that was something new, and then now now I think the new thing is more of realistic, like MMA inspired
right.
Excuse me, MMA inspired wrestling.
See, you would think that people who are into wrestling would just like make that leap to UFC, and it's like I feel like it's not the same.
It is nowadays. It is because I'm also a big MMA fan as well. But there definitely are parallels.
Yeah,
and I do know, especially with cross promotion stars with like Ronda Rousey or Brock Lesnar, or some of those people. So it definitely has parallels, and but I don't know. In my experience, hardcore wrestling fans hate MMA, and hardcore MMA fans hate pro wrestling.
Right. So. Why though? I would understand why MMA fans would hate wrestling. I don't actually understand why wrestling fans would hate MMA.
I think for wrestling, like there are definitely subsections of wrestling fans, but I think for hardcores, it's people will say like there's no story, or doesn't what does it mean? Yeah, or like what does it mean? Or there's no emotion into it and stuff like that, or it's boring, or all that stuff. So
we only watch anime for the plot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Although the fight scenes are pretty fun.
I mean, absolutely. Yeah.
Right. So I guess MMA is just like watching anime, but just the fights and not knowing what led up to the fight.
Yeah, there definitely are storylines that do borrow from pro wrestling. But I think that for MMA, for me, it's honest.
Yeah,
like you're getting two guys who have trained the same amount of time, who've definitely put their heart and soul into this craft, and now we're gonna see who can solve the problem for the other person, who kind of has that answer to the other person's questions.
Right.
So yeah, I know that's kind of a detailed answer.
Right. But it's like, I mean, it's weird because it's like it's not a real fight in that they don't have like a reason to fight other than the fact that
Bunny
they have to fight.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that fighting, and a lot of people's, and most people, is inherited. I think that when we as kids, like grown up, whenever you'd see a school ground fight or people fighting, almost everyone flocked to it just to see, because it's appealing.
Yeah.
So it kind of taps into that primal part of us that we still carry around.
Right.
But it's not for everybody, understandably.
But I don't know. I don't think I could like look a guy in the face and be like, "Hey, we're both athletes and stuff. Now I'm gonna punch you in the face."
If they gave you $50,000, you wouldn't do it?
Well, yeah, but like
$50,000 to show up, or $50,000 to win.
I think maybe it's just because like I'm too nice.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's a lot of money, and like I'll fight you, but like I don't want to like hurt you, dude. Like,
yeah, and you don't want to be hurt. So
right, that's true.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like I'm, although I love MMA, I love pro wrestling, I love like death metal. I'm not really like an intense, like aggressive dude.
That's how you
Like
get it out.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't want to be punched in the face.
Right.
Now, if someone was like, "Hey, here's $50,000 and you got to go fight that guy," I can probably get punched in the face, I think. But I don't know. I just doing it professionally. That's a lot of hard work.
But there's also a lot of CTE involved, which
yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of health benefits going on. But with anything like football, there's more.
Right.
There's a lot of head trauma there, and there's a lot of you're beating up your body. Same thing with basketball. Not so much CTE, but basketball.
Your knees are going to be screwed
You're
forever.
just blown out your joints, and exactly. And there's
risks in everything.
Absolutely.
I'm a musician. I have hearing damage, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I mean, that's just, there are risks. Protect your hearing, guys. No, I mean, I do get that out through I do sword fighting, which is
that's cool.
It's foam swords, but it's still sometimes it gets a little aggressive, but it's really just touch. Like if you feel the touch, then it's yeah, that counts because a real sword would cut you.
Oh, okay.
Or at least
fencing. Is that what it is?
Not quite, because fencing is a little bit more artsy, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. I would think that fencing is to martial arts that the kung fu movies are this flourishy big show-offy thing,
but
jumpy,
it's flippy kicks,
right? But that's not real fighting. It's just
it's not practical.
They do that to look good on screen.
Sure, I gotcha.
Whereas, MMA is this is literally just we're trying to efficiently knock each other the hell out.
Beat each other up.
And so not quite with the kind of sparring that I do, but it is just how do I efficiently touch you with my sword while not getting hit by your sword?
Okay, yeah.
And so I don't put a whole lot of academics into it. It's just let's see what works.
Yeah, something fun.
Yeah, and you figure it out as you go. It's oh, this kind of stance will work better than this one. Or if I cross my feet, then I'm off balance and stuff like that you sort of naturally, these are emergent properties in the system. But I feel fencing is more rules based.
Okay.
There's a line that you're on, and then you're there's specific points that you can touch, and once you get to that, it's all right, that's a little too much
too diplomatic.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Whereas I don't watch very much UFC or anything, but I don't think there's rules, are there?
There's rules. Yeah, you can't. There's more now than, because it is a legitimate sport, so you can't eye poke, pull people's hair, groin shots, hits to the back of the head, So, and then there's weight classes, and people agree on
sure.
Yeah. So it's a lot more organized, but it's at its root though, it's fist fighting. It's,
right. Yeah.
You're trying to effectively use your skills to render the other person unconscious, or beat them in a fight, or beat them by points or whatever.
Right.
So the goal is to win and use your tools in your body to win. So I understand.
Have you ever done it?
Man, I trained for a few months at most. I'm a big fan of jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
I want to learn jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, so I've done that more so than the actual MMA. I don't think I'm coordinated enough to do the striking, but I definitely fell in love with jiu-jitsu. That's really, so I hope to get into that more and more, or get back into it rather.
Yeah, and again, I feel I'm too nice to do any sort of striking.
Yeah,
and so I am more like I lead more towards jujitsu than anything because it's
practical because it's like with some forms of like kung fu or keto or something like that. That's kind of there's a lot of flash to it, but with jujitsu, it's practical.
Yeah,
and you're able to use moves to defend yourself or to So if someone's attacking you or and you getting them away and
yeah, but also I just don't want to hit people in the face. Like I really just don't want to hit people. That's kind of it. Because with jujitsu, even if someone, because people who are really good at jujitsu, like it doesn't matter the size difference between the person. Like if they're good enough, they know how to work leverage and weight and stuff to be able to not be dominated by someone like twice their size.
Yeah.
And so it's like you don't have to hit someone to subdue them. And
that's you just use holds and stuff.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it helps if the other person doesn't have any knowledge of jiu-jitsu.
Sure.
Yeah, because if you guys have both the same knowledge and this guy weighs you by 50 pounds, he's probably going to win because, so there's that size advantage. But if he doesn't know and you know more than he does, then
So, getting into music.
Okay.
How'd you get into like hardcore stuff, like metal and stuff?
Like,
because it's one thing to start in Guns N' Roses, but like that doesn't necessarily take you to Slayer and heavier. So what brought you there?
For me, it was getting that Appetite for Destruction record, and then like I wanted to listen to more. So then that led to like Poison and Warrant and Whitesnake and all those kind of hair metal bands. And then eventually I heard Hellbound for Leather by Judas Priest.
Okay.
So then I got through that.
A bit heavier.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of graduated. So I went to like Hellbound for Leather and Screaming for Vengeance. And then eventually Judas Priest led into like Metallica. And then, Metallica led into like Anthrax, and Anthrax led into and then eventually so when the first time I heard South of Heaven by Slayer, I was like, oh my God, what is this? Like this is
you can say whatever you want though.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can cuss?
Yes.
Oh, well, I don't know if I should now.
No, you're fine.
I didn't cuss all podcasts.
Yeah.
No, but when I heard it, I was like, man, like this is it. Like
yeah.
And then I went back and listened to South of Heaven, and then I think God Hates Us All had came out about that time, so I listened to that. And the first time I heard Disciple, which is probably my favorite song by Slayer, I was like, all right, like this is it for me. So at that time we still had a Hastings.
Okay.
And and which R.I.P. But I went and I would just like listen to Slayer, and then that led into I'm trying to think like Death. That led into, and then that led into Cannibal Corpse and Autopsy.
Oh, okay,
yeah. So then it was like within that year. So it's really strange because I skipped like the Beatles and Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin, and I skipped James Taylor and all those all the non-metal bands. But as I've gotten older and the heavier and the more I got into heavy metal and like death metal, I appreciated the Beatles, and I appreciated James Taylor, and I appreciated the B-52s, and I appreciated Tiffany.
Yeah.
So.
But are the B-52s heavy enough?
I think that as I appreciated music, or as I appreciated like artists and stuff, like I think like Jeff Henneman from Slayer is a killer guitarist. Yeah. So is KK Downing from Judas Priest. So I appreciated their craft. And then I took that and I was able to listen to other bands, and I could appreciate their craft. So the B-52s aren't heavy, but they're also a killer band.
Right.
Like I'm in love with the Black Keys. The Black Keys are an amazing band.
Yeah.
but they play a little bit of rockier stuff. But
where does that desire for heavy come from?
I don't know. Like, it's just like
I need more power.
I think so. I think for me, like, when I heard Slayer, I was like, all right, like this, like I got excited. Like I just kind of, and I would just like pump myself up listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always got that feeling from heavy metal or death metal or music in general, but definitely heavy metal or death metal. But, that's not to say every metal band is good.
Sure.
And can do that. There's a lot of crappy bands out there.
Meaningless shred.
Yeah, there's a. I'm not a big fan of Pantera.
Okay.
But there's a lot of Pantera fans out there that just love it. I'm not a big Tool fan either.
Really, I dig Tool a lot, but
all right,
to each their own.
Yeah, right. But I don't know. So it's not all. It's not all Umbrella. It's not all the same. So
why is Pantera not your cup of tea?
I'll say this.
Like it.
I'll say this. Dimebag Darrell is an amazing guitarist. He's probably one of the best guitarists to come out of heavier music, come out of metal. I don't know, man. It never clicked. Like I just never got that fire inside.
I've never really delved into that side of heavy music. I think more lately I've gotten into heavy music, but in a different way, like industrial and harsh noise, stuff like that.
Okay.
That's more on the like rap side than it is on the like guitar side.
Like who?
Clipping is one of my favorite bands right now, and it's a trio. It's 2 producers and a rapper, and they do like they make all their own samples, and it's like harsh, noisy stuff.
Okay.
So like a lot of distortion, a lot of like feedback.
Okay.
Noises. So just like breaking glass and
it's interesting.
Crinkling cans or whatever, and they make samples out of that and they make beats out of it. And so it's like digital and analog distortion that they're using to make these gritty noises that then become beats that they rap over. So and then another one is Blackie, all caps with spaces, and he's a rapper in Texas, I think, and he does a lot of super distorted stuff, a lot of screaming. I think he's just like Blackie's the sound of the angry black man and like what society has done to them, but like he encompasses that in such a powerful way, but also a actually like positive way.
Okay.
Even though like the music is really dark and really distorted and there's a lot of screaming and stuff, because of a lot of his album titles are like, imagine yourself in a free and just society or something. Like it's like he actually wants to make the world a better place. And so it's kind of how I feel whenever I write. Sort of like a lot of my music is sad. It's not because I'm a sad person. It's just because by pointing out the sadness in the world, I am hoping for something better.
Right. You're trying to give someone like a shared experience. I gotcha. Yeah.
And so I feel like what Blackie does is that he's sort of putting out all of this anger and energy to kind of say like, this hurts. So let's do better.
Well, music is pain. Right?
Yeah.
Like music is, I think that some of the best music comes from that part of you that you parlay into beautiful music. Like the Fire and Rain by James Taylor. That song was about his friend dying in like a plane crash. And it's a beautiful song. It's very sad. but or it's kind of like with what I don't know, like any artist, like there was Every Rose Has Its Thorn. The guy from Bret Michaels from Poison got his heart broken, but he put that into a song, and great song.
Right. But I mean, there is also just happy music.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes happy music is like fake happy music.
That's really weird.
But there is just like, there are times when like, yeah, I do feel good. Thanks.
Right.
Like, but the last time I heard Happy by Pharrell, I was not happy. So.
What's that song? Don't Worry, Be Happy? Who's that by it?
I can't remember. Okay. But he's actually a really good musician. But that's and that's something else though too, is that like reggae is sort of sourced from like this desire to make the world a better place. And so some stuff is just like, hey, we're having a good time. But a lot of times it's like, hey, here's a story about someone that got shot. We should do better than this, but it still has kind of that like flowing.
That's what like, Electric Avenue is, right?
Electric Avenue? I don't know.
Going down to Electric Avenue.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I believe that song's about a shooting.
I don't know. I don't listen to enough reggae.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
But like it does stem from a desire to like make stuff better.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't write enough happy music, I think. But it's not from a lack of happiness. I think it's harder to write happy music.
Well, it's harder to like I think manufacture those feelings because I think that you probably identify better with sad stuff or identify and that you said yourself you're not a sad person, but you identify with those feelings inside yourself,
right?
And you're able to push that out, and maybe you just I don't know, maybe
there's also more words for kinds of sadness and pain and stuff than there are like happy, I think, without getting just without just using really strange words.
Right.
Like happy, joy, content, whatever, like all those things, like, and that's where a good metaphor comes in. But like I feel like it's harder to try to like say something happy or yay, you make me feel like, but then there's lots of other songs that say you make me feel like, and then so that's the other challenge, is saying something that I feel hasn't been said 100,000 times, because it definitely has been.
And it definitely comes off as fake and artificial.
Right.
You don't want that. So.
Yeah. And then there's the other hard part about it, is that it's harder to, as a live musician, then try and like keep people in the room and be like, hey, stick around. We're having a good time. Here's a song about someone dying. Like, so, I mean, that's a weird balance to keep.
In my experience, a lot of people who go to bars and see music, they're not really listening to the words. They're just kind of hanging out. So
yeah,
you could just do like that. What is it? Pumped Up Kicks.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just do a more kind of happier, upbeat sound, but the lyrics are super dark.
Yeah, I don't know. I strive for cohesion, and so it's like, there's some balances to be had. I don't feel like Pumped Up Kicks sound warrants the darkness of the lyrics.
Right. Yeah.
And every year that goes by in the United States, that song is just so much darker. Yeah. What is like the level of, because I think lyrics first, but like what is your level of priority in music, especially since not as a person that writes it, but someone who appreciates it.
Listens to it.
Yeah.
I think if you can play, that's always a bonus.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised because there are some people who aren't great musicians. I think that people that definitely treat it like a craft. I think that people that can actually play, and that people that play well.
Yeah.
But, you know, that kind of has its own spectrum. But I think that if I know that you're being honest with me and you're being honest with yourself. So kind of like what you said that you didn't want to write music that was happy because, you know, that's just not you. So if I was to watch you play like a sad song, I would appreciate it because I would know that, hey, that's Santiago. He's playing a song that is him. So I think that definitely is one. And then lyrics are probably second, I think. For me anyways.
Is there an opportunity? Because like you just said, is people probably aren't listening to the lyrics in live shows. So, I mean, how often does a lyric stick out to you at a show versus, you know, it's like, hey, I've been checking out this artist and I'm listening to their music on Spotify, and this is where I appreciate it.
I think, especially with live music, being kind of cued in from the start.
Okay, yeah.
So, you know, kind of, especially since I book music and, you know, and book and promote music, there's already interest for me.
Yeah.
But there's also me personally that if you don't grab me by the first 20 minutes of your set, I'm probably not going to be interested.
Yeah.
It's just kind of the reality of the situation. So it's so definitely having music that pulls you in would be, you know, would be good.
And then having the lyrics.
Yeah, then
keep you there.
Then have lyrics. Exactly. having a good opening song, having a lot of energy, or, you know, if you're playing more of an acoustic set, real stripped down, and you're playing these songs about people dying. If I can appreciate the craft, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't have a whole lot of songs about people dying.
Oh, that's good.
What has been the result of the growth of social media on your use or your path as a booking and premiere?
It makes it easier to get people to hear about stuff because I can just plug my event on like Instagram, on Facebook, or on Twitter, or YouTube, and it kind of reaches more people. So definitely convenience in that aspect. But I think a lot of people just scroll through their phone, so they're not really paying attention anyways. So
that's the hard thing that I face, is just that sometimes I feel like I'm just shouting into the void, and then every once in a while, like a couple people say something. But
right. Well, yeah, and I think that goes back to consistency. Just, you know, I definitely had shows in my past that didn't go good. Before I did music, I did like dance parties and stuff. So we'd put those on, and no one would come to those.
Yeah,
and that was always disheartening. But just consistency, because I mean, people aren't going to go to every show, so just get them out there. You know, making sure that I did everything on my end to be on the best of my ability to make sure people were there, make sure people knew about it, make sure people, you know that this band is playing, and then I don't know. Then sometimes people just don't show up.
Right.
That sucks though.
What's the best way to support an artist?
I think for me, is kind of establishing that relationship with them through social media or through watching them play live. But definitely, if you can, attending a show live.
Right.
Because if someone sees, like, if I'm an artist and I'm playing I'm playing a show and I see that, you comment on Facebook, say, hey man, I really like that song you did about this or that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you make an effort, especially if you drive to the show,
Right.
even if it is 30 minutes or an hour, if you actually make the effort to get out of your house, then I think that is definitely a great way to support artists. And, and supporting them with, with money.
Yeah.
Money's always good.
Yep.
No, yeah. Buying their shirts, buying their merch, going to Bandcamp, buying their demos, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Because I feel like, I don't know. The nature of the beast has changed to where it's not just like being a musician. Because, for some artists, the music does speak for itself. But then it's like, since social media is such a thing, it's like now you have to have like a good portfolio of like photography and videos and stuff like that. And like, it's a whole personality associated with just being a musician.
Well, definitely you have to wear different hats. You have to get people to, and you can be a great musician, but if you're kind of sitting at home just playing songs and you're recording them on your computer, but you don't ever let anyone listen to them, how's anyone supposed to know that you're a great musician?
Right.
So I think that you almost have to wear different hats. You have to let people, you have to almost be your own promoter and get yourself booked.
Right.
And, and I think that social media is a great way to support artists as well. Just at least checking out a video, checking out someone's post, or taking a few seconds out of your time to kind of hit like or, share a post from them. So.
Last thing. Yeah. What's something that you've been listening to, watching, playing, if you play video games, that you want people to know about?
Well, I play a lot of NBA 2K.
Okay.
Like religiously. So definitely check me out. Jesse WhiteDeer, one word on Xbox if you're interested.
Sweet.
But I've been watching a lot of I've been rewatching The Office.
Okay.
I kind of do that
the
periodically.
American one, I'm guessing.
The American one, yeah. The British one was good. This wasn't for me.
It's not your sense of humor.
Yeah, but I understand. I liked it. It's not for me fully. But I've been listening to Oberon, of course.
Okay.
Oberon, they're all four of those guys with DJ, Logan, Adam, Jeremy. They're all, great friends of mine, best friends of mine. Definitely been listening to them, and you guys should definitely check them out on Instagram and on Facebook. But recently I've been listening to a lot of Silver Tongue Devil, which is my buddy's band in Dallas. They're a heavy metal band from Dallas, Texas. So check them out as well. They're actually doing a CD album release show this Saturday. So if you're in the Dallas area, come by Dubellum at the Wits End and check them out. Just definitely. I'm getting more and more into like indie rock.
Okay, like what?
Like the Black Keys.
Okay, yeah,
definitely. And then I want to say the Raincoats, but I don't think that's it. I wouldn't say that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. And then with Dacumbi, I believe they're out of Chicago.
Okay.
Killer indie rock band. So
I think with the Black Keys, I like the Black Keys, but I don't like the Black Keys. If that makes sense. Like one time I listened to their entire discography up till that time, and I didn't notice.
Okay.
Like it was just playing in the background.
Yeah.
And then like I checked and I was like, oh, I'm like mostly done.
You're this one for you?
Yeah. It's not so much that it wasn't for me. It's just that like it just didn't stand out.
I got you. That's fair. I think that I definitely firmly believe that people hear things differently than others. And I think that people see things differently. So I think that, I don't know, like I'll say that their entire discography, it's not all they're not all zingers.
Sure.
As Primus would say.
Yeah.
But generally, I like most of it. Turn Blue definitely was. It's one of my more favorite albums. Their newest one, Let's Rock, it's got more of a high energy sound.
Yeah. I did like El Camino.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And that one was a little bit more of like what was catching my ear.
Yeah,
but,
Lonely Boy.
Yeah, was that the single?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I mean, yeah, every now and again.
That's fair.
I mean, I already said what I was listening to, but I will say that Clipping has a new album coming out October 18th, I think.
Okay.
It's just in time for spooky season, because it's called There Existed an Addiction to Blood.
Oh.
Which is like,
hell yeah.
They have like a lot of like horror themed stories in the verses and stuff. And it's a lot of like noisy, spooky type stuff. So it's very dark stuff, but like it's really cool. And I've always appreciated all of their stuff. And I should have mentioned this earlier, but Daveed Diggs, who's the rapper for Clipping, was in Hamilton, the musical. He won a Tony Award for being Lafayette. So and Thomas Jefferson.
Heck yeah.
So I mean, if that doesn't draw you in,
hey, Hamilton is a killer musical.
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw that whenever it was here.
Man, I'm jealous. That's awesome.
It was really good. Not the original cast, obviously, but still really good. Okay. I've been watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
As you should.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I watched the original because I heard someone say that like Brotherhood was made more for people who had already like watched the original and wanted like a more true to the manga version. And so I was like, all right, I'll watch the original, see what's up. And I kind of enjoyed it. And then like near the middle, I was really getting into it. And then it just like fell off the deep end at the end.
Yeah.
Like, God dang it. I also watched the movie too. And I was like, it didn't make sense.
No, the Brotherhood definitely like, so anyone that hasn't watched it, you need to watch Brotherhood because it is amazing. It's probably one of my favorite animes, I think.
Because I think that, I mean, over time I've been trying to catch up on anime that like are essentials. So I mean, recently I'd watched all of Evangelion.
Okay. I have not.
And
I hear a lot about it.
It's really good. Pretty dark as well, but I mean, it's some deep themes. But I mean, if you can handle Full Metal Alchemist, you can. Evangelion's a little bit more punch you in the face with like emotions or sometimes gore, but still, Evangelion is top notch. And it's all on Netflix, so
shit.
So it's
hell yeah.
And then playing. Surprisingly, I've been playing Forza Horizon 2, which I'm not like a racing game guy.
Right.
But like, I was just like, hey, I'll try it. It's on Game Pass. Game Pass, best thing ever.
Yeah, that's Xbox, right?
Yeah. Awesome. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. It's like, it's gorgeous. The like technology is mind blowing. Like the fact that they account for, you know, the heat of the road. If there's snow, it like affects your traction, like stuff like that. And there's a whole bunch of different cars, a whole bunch of different stuff to try. Like they definitely made it a really fun experience. And it's just gorgeous. So, I mean, Forza Horizon 2, top notch. It's on Game Pass. What was the other thing? No, I think that was it. Yeah. Plug your stuff.
Okay. Once again, Jesse WhiteDeer on Facebook, Jay WhiteDeer on Instagram. Follow Vintage22 on Facebook.
Yeah.
Follow The Lot on Facebook and Instagram. Both of those on Instagram as well. And follow HMA, Happy Land Music Alliance on Facebook, and follow AdaFest on Facebook and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, follow Oberon on Facebook and Bandcamp and Instagram as well.
Heck yeah. You can always what were those days that there's always shows? Fridays of Vintage
every
22?
Friday at Vintage 22 and every Saturday at the Lot.
Heck yeah.
And November 1st is our comedy show at the Grandview in Ada.
Heck yeah. Oh man. I will ask you a little bit about that.
Okay.
How did you I know we're like doing the plugs at the end, but even still.
No, you're good, man.
How'd you want to do comedy or like get started doing that? Because that's a whole different beast.
Yeah, right. So I'm newly into it, and I don't think that I deserve a book show myself, but no one does that in our area, so I'll take that back. Sessions Sessions had 2 comedy shows that I've seen. So my friend James Gooch, he did a set both nights, or both different times rather, and I really liked it. And I've just always been a fan of stand-up comedy. I've just always really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the art form. So, and I've always like had thoughts and opinions on stuff that I thought was funny. So I thought, why not?
Yeah.
So I did my first. I opened at the at the first show that we put on at the beginning of August. So I opened, and it went really well, and a lot of people really enjoyed it, and a lot of people enjoyed. I felt like they really enjoyed the story of me pooping my pants at work. Yeah, so nice. They really enjoyed that one. And I just thought it was a funny story. And I'm not such a serious guy that I can't laugh at myself.
Sure.
So, just doing that. And, and I like performing in that aspect.
Yeah.
And I've always enjoyed, like, theater and things like that. So, for me, like, stand-up comedy is just that kind of another element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Which is why I kind of, on the other one, I asked, like, why performing arts and not just music? Because it is kind of a similar thing.
Sure, yeah.
But it's a little bit weirder with comedy because with music, there's not like that direct feedback. Like the only way to really tell is if you can like see people in the room.
Sure.
And a lot of times you can't because of the lights. But with comedy, it's like if you're not doing well, they will not laugh. That's how you know.
Yeah.
And so it's scary.
Well, and it's like instant gratification or it's like instant disapproval.
Right.
So I've definitely seen parts where I've seen people try stuff. People have done bits or done jokes. And then I've seen more people handle it better than not.
Yeah.
So from what I learned is that is, stand-up comedy is there you don't really, whereas like musicians where you can practice with a band, you guys have you schedule or you play every Wednesday night at so-and-so's house and you can practice and you can get fine-tuned and then you can play a show, or you can play a show and then you can take different things that you didn't like and then, fine-tune them. With comedy, like you're basically trying out your material as you do it.
Right.
Like, you have
an
to.
Audience.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's definitely that love and hate relationship. So, and to kind of like help myself practice, I've done like a few shows in front of like my friends and stuff. Like I just did my set in front of my friends.
Right.
And then, and they seem like they enjoy it. So we'll see.
It's a harder thing,
though,
too,
to make strangers laugh.
Right.
So,
but it's like, you guys are my friends, you know who I am, so it's like, I don't know. Maybe you're more prone to give like pity laughs or something.
For sure, yeah. So, and I don't know. So I was like I was almost too confident the week going into the week of the 1st of August. And then I got off work on that Saturday, and I was just like super nervous the whole time. And then I went and did the set, and it went over a lot better than I thought it would.
Yeah.
And then I was riding high on that for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then now I'm kind of like, well, we'll see how this goes.
Right. But I think it is kind of like that. Keep it going, and you'll just keep getting better.
Consistency,
yeah,
for
keep
sure.
Doing it, but yeah, like I think I'm funny, but I don't think. I mean, I could be a comedian if I wanted to try, but I don't want to try.
Oh, I gotcha.
Like I'm good doing music and doing this thing. I can be funny on the podcast, but this is like an hour-long thing. It's a very different dynamic than standing in front of people and being like, here's set jokes.
Right.
And yeah. So I mean, I applaud you for foraying into that.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Good. It's a good craft to have. All of that to say, go check out the thing November 1st.
November 1st at the Grandview. It's going to be myself, Jesse WhiteDeer, with Nate Turner, Zach Collins, and Brandon Roberts.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Once again, thank you for doing this with me.
Hey, thank you.
I'm Santiago Ramones.
I'm Jesse WhiteDeer.
You can find everything that I do on my website, santiagoramones.com. I make music. Check out my Bandcamp, which has a demo on it, which you can give me money for. There's Machinations, which you can find on my website. That is my master's recital, which has a lot of cool compositions and explorations and ideas with technology in the future. And then you can support the podcast either with your money on anchor.fm/Santiago Ramones, or you can leave reviews, comments, let me know what you think, and say nice things to the guest and be like, hey, that person was super cool, because I think that person is super cool. I always end the podcast with my 3 things. They shape my life philosophy. Those 3 things are: love never fails, it's going to be okay, I might be wrong.